everyone, welcome to Say More About That. Given the recent tragic death of basketball legend Kobe Bryant, I thought a good topic for a video would be grief. I've noticed a lot of social media content having an angry basis about the lack of coverage of the other passengers on that flight. The Kubler-Ross model of grief talks about the 5 stages of grief. 5 stages of grief are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Someone who is grieving may go through the 5 stages, but not necessarily in any particular order. The stages of grief are not linear. People may go through them differently. You may go through a stage, and you can even return to a stage that you felt you've already been through. When we first learn about the death or loss of someone or something dear to us, we are in denial. We have thoughts such as, this can't be happening to me. This isn't real. I can't believe this. We may refuse to believe that the loss actually occurred. Being honest about the death or loss really helps to propel people forward in their healing. Many individuals realize that this loss occurred. They get angry at themselves or others, and they like to place blame because they feel like things are unfair. Grief and loss can feel unfair sometimes. In the bargaining phase, many people have the thought, I would do anything to make this not happen, to make this not be true. Please, please let this not be true. You may try to change or delay the fact that the loss occurred. You may try to convince someone to return to you if it was the loss of a relationship. The stage of depression, people often recognize that the loss had occurred or that it will occur, and they're just struggling emotionally to come to terms with that. You could find people isolating themselves, spending a lot of time crying and grieving. Oftentimes, people become very concerned about their loved ones when they notice them going through the depression phase of the stages. The depression stage of grief is often the precursor to the acceptance phase. So if you know someone who is struggling with a loss and you feel like they're going through the depression phase, it's good to remind yourself that it often comes before the final acceptance phase. In the acceptance phase, you get to the thought process of, it's going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. The realization that this loss did occur and that you are going to get through it is the whole goal of getting to the acceptance phase. Understanding it logically, coming to terms emotionally, these are the goals. When we're processing grief and loss, and when we've worked through all of the stages and we get to acceptance, sometimes people believe that that's the end of the road, that we're going to be okay and that it's never going to bother us again when we think about this loss that we've just incurred. But that's not true. For the rest of your life, you will remember this loss and it will affect you on an emotional level. Some days it will be easier and some days it will be harder, but you can get through it. When processing grief and loss, it's important, just like in any situation, to be aware of your thought processes. What we think has a huge impact on how we feel about any given situation. So remember, be kind to yourself, because this world is a better place with you in it.